Good evening, RPG Limit Break. We've got some Final Fantasy Randomizer Fall League coming at you this evening. I am Classic Gamer 76. Joining me in the booth is Dano. How's it going, Dano?
Really good. I am excited to see how everything tracks out tonight. This has so far been a really exciting tournament.
It has, and we've seen some quite interesting parties being forced on the runners. We've got four first in this flag set, and these seeds really do love black belts, don't they?
They do, which is black belts for everyone. You get a black belt, you get a black belt, everyone gets a black belt.
Of those who watched the previous two races, they might have seen there were a bunch of white mages, but tonight we have red mages. So the black belt, that has a bonus of plus thief swords, who cares, and plus 25 agility. That's really nice. That'll help with the evasion and avoiding preemptive attacks, although it doesn't help with running, unfortunately. The red mage... The red mage has the wood armor shield, helmet evasion, and plus 20 MDef. And of course, it will also have access to decent white and black magic. What that is, we see, but something good usually runs red mage learnable.
Yeah, it's pretty rare for the red mage to be completely shut out of good magic. And tonight, depending on what caster item they get, it's gonna really matter where they find an early sweeper, because outside of Corneria, finding magic can be a little tricky in this flag set.
Yes, we have entrance and floor shuffle and deep towns with all entrances mixed together. So while Corneria is going to be right there, Provoca might be a Temple of Fiends, it might be 5 floors down Temple of Fiends, it might be the Lefane location.
Yes, but regardless of where it is in the world, even if it ends up at Lefane, there is a lot better access to everywhere in the world, because with this tournament set, we also have pretty much everything you could ask for when it comes to modifications to the overworld shy of randomizing it. We have the Lefane Bridge, we've got early and open progression, we have all of the rivers and docks, including the newly included Luffy dock, also referred to as the Riot Con Desert dock. But it does give you a lot better access to everything with just a ship. And I think that's going to really matter and change up some routing tonight.
I agree. Like in his first two races, you've seen all these, different routing possibilities. Like I said, we can get to Gaia without the airship or Lefane. We can get down to Elfland without the canoe. Every overworld edit you can think of. Probably some you might not have thought of because you don't see them too often, like the bridge to Lefane that you mentioned. I think we also can get to Melmond even without. We can get just about anywhere without an airship, pretty much, except the Cardia.
We can, but we do have Bahamut's treasure realm, and Bahamut's dock, so really that's the only one you need anyway.
That is true, but of course with entrances and floors shuffled, who knows where Bahamut is? It'll be
True.
Interesting because we found Bahamut both Saturday and yesterday, and normally you don't want to promote with black belts, but here's the thing, there is going to be no strategy for danning off 2 or 3 party members and grinding up the black belts because deads gain experience.
That's right. That makes a black belt far less valuable, and here we are stuck with 2 black belts. Because Randomizer, somehow, it knows. It knows what we want.
Well, our Seed Roller Dark Moon is, cast his magic again.
Is Dark Moon responsible for this again?
Yes, he is. I put a good word for him in the race time room saying, yeah, it's fine with him rolling the seed because I wasn't running it.
That's fair.
And we're off.
All right.
So you've got a mage staff as our sweeper. That's not bad.
Yeah, I will take that.
White magic, I see heal 3 and I see Fire 2, that's not a bad sweeper for those red mages. You can put the mage staff on a black belt and burn through the enemies.
Yeah, that's really gonna help having access to that. Oh, and I saw some quad X.
Yes, Quad X is there, as is Slow 2, which is, non-elemental, and Shenanigans found Toph right off. I guess that was probably Canaria Castle.
Yeah. Canaria and Toph seem to have swapped. Let's see. Garland goes down, easy peasy.
Yep, and of course, with these being shuffled, the princess does not warp the party back to Canaria, which is great if you want to check out a few treasure tests.
It is, but it makes me wonder, should she not have just teleported out of there this whole time?
That's a good question. You would think she could have. Maybe she was just waiting, for Light Warriors to see what they had. And the Vorpal -2 up in that upper left-hand chest, which that's cash. As much as I like the Vorpal, we don't have anyone in the party who is really capable of using a Vorpal. Sorry, red mages.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's some good starting cash. And hopefully we'll see what else we can find, because you're not so gear dependent given your black belts, but we are gonna want some survivability on those red mages for sure.
Yes, and of course we have Oops All Loose, so we're going to be checking chests regardless, because you never know where you might find a loot or a floater or a canal or something like that.
That's right. Not only do we have everything shuffled and then things shuffled inside the shuffle, but oops, all loot. And we're gonna probably see a lot more just diving headfirst at lower levels into dangerous dungeons than normal, because we do have save on game over. So that makes exploration daring. And I don't know.
And you see the occasional strategy where someone will deliberately take a wipe in order to, head back and revive their party members.
It is, but it also means hopefully you can dive down and find some grind tiles for those black belts earlier, because they're gonna need it.
They certainly are. Of course, not just for the black belts, it'll be for the whole party. And Shenanigans found some chests in Acardia, as has Papa Dukes. Thorhammer, that's another sweeper. And a bottle there. Of course, the fairy might not have anything, but then again, she might.
We can hope, and if not, we can just take her with us back thousands of years in the past and release her to be trapped there, as is appropriate.
Yes, and that is very appropriate. Papa Dukes is not heading towards the Elfin location. He is heading in the area of Motoya's cave. Of course, Motoya probably won't be there, but sometimes you get strange vanilla things. This is Earth 3. We do not have the rod yet, but Papa Dukes finds a black shirt. That's a nice find there. Another free sweeper.
That is, and having access to two of them this early, that really, really helps out. Not having to burn out all of your spell charges, that gives you a lot better survivability in these deep dungeons.
Yep. Phoenix also finds a black shirt. Meanwhile, Shenanigan is going from sea down to sky too, which is no one's favorite sky floor.
No.
And he isn't even checking any chests, and he's found Lefane, so that was, say, a bit of a dud, but he hasn't gotten anything. He'll just go back and check the chest and try to kill this Eifert experience. And did Papa Dukes find what I just thought he'd find?
Oh my. I believe we floater.
Yep, in TFC Earth. Shenanigan is trying to take down these metal slimes. That'll be some great early experience with all the fire magic he has. I think he's going to be able to do it.
Yeah, and this is a great substitute for having just a simple grind tile. Being able to find this floor in Sky, I mean, again, you're right. It's nobody's favorite, but it does have some really XP juicy encounters on it if you can survive.
Yes, that is the best part of that floor because people don't like it because of how spread out the chests are. But say we can get the metal slimes, we can get the eyes, we can get all sorts of things. Meanwhile, it's like I believe Sir Linkle set a rod on Earth 3. That is great.
Oh, that you love to see it. We also have horizontal flip. So for everybody watching, you are not going crazy. They are walking clockwise around this floor instead of counterclockwise because why shouldn't we flip things? That flag messes with me so bad. I will admit
Yes,
it.
and Jedigan finds a crown in the sky too, and he also found some great vendor cash that a future ninja had access to, and he would have loved to use in a katana.
Well, yeah, no thieves in your party means katanas are just going to be easy to find. All right.
And that speed bump was radioactive as the vampire just nuked Papa Ducks.
Ooh, vampire.
Those
He got
things come in packs in Topher and in Mirage. And we've
oh
got set RNG on, so that vampire is going to be a blocker for a while. Not going to
yeah.
be a speed bump this time, as Sir Linkala is finding out.
Yeah, and that set RNG, it is a deceptively mischievous flag. It can mean that every time you run into things like that, you're just going to bounce off of that early nuke from him again and again. It really makes it a gatekeeper.
Yes, it does. So meanwhile, Phoenix and Papa Dukes have found Crescent. We have at level 6. There's Fade, and that will end in Viz 2. Those will be Red Wizard learnable.
Yeah, that's. Oh, and got some temper. Oh,
Yes,
temper, fast, and Viz 2 and Fade all sharing the same level.
yeah.
That's not ideal.
Making the decision easier is that Temper and Fast are not Red Mage or Red Wizard learnable.
You are right. Oh, that's rough.
Janigan finds a Mage Staff in the vanilla crown chest. And actually finds a pretty good grind tile too. He's going to take this and maybe try to get a few levels.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any bad script on anything in there that I've seen so far, and they're going down pretty decently, so that might be worth taking a couple of times. Oh, no, he seems out.
Yep, well, Richie's probably going to check the rest of the chests, and then Papa Duke's taking down the bridge boss as he heads up to Lefane.
Sir Link a lot right behind him on bridge boss encounters.
Papa Duke's going to try to prepare himself a nice juicy steak. Oh, this steak has some bite.
It does, and with these levels and limited resources, that's a mighty tough steak to be chewing down.
Janigan's still going through. Marshy's going to take out these pesky wolves.
So Link-a-Lot found the top of Mirage at Lefane and just some gargoyles on the spike tail, and we don't have a cube to see where that will take us off to.
Meanwhile, Luca has also found the sandworm, which is going to be a nice fight, and they're quad exable, so that's good to know. Those are good experience as well. Phoenix has found Sky 1 and is low Red Mage is going to see how much he can pick up before the inevitable, and bad men are bad men. And there's the ship up there in Sky 1.
Oh, that is a wonderful find. Get yourself around the world just a little bit easier. I know we got bridges to everywhere, but that will walk you through some very unsafe encounter zones. Sadly, not a whole lot of value. We did find Corneria Castle, and the Princess and the King had effectively nothing.
They often do in these flag sets, but also usually seems like an incentive rolls onto one NPC, and Shanigan has found Bahamut. He's going to check out Bahamut's horde. You know, we're already at least once seen a tail there, and there's the loot with the bass drum for Shanigan.
Wow. Pocket change, pocket change. Nothing.
Yeah, but still, that loot's pretty important. Shanigan's going to walk that out. I mean, no reason not to. And that was at Elf Castles.
That is. And in Elfland itself, we've got some Swamp Cave.
And we've got a cube up in like Sky 1 for Sir Link-a-Lot. And ambushing bad men are never good. They live down to their name.
Yeah, it's just the encounter you never want to see. Oof. Link-a-Lot and Phoenix both running into the simple fact that without a thief in the party, running from some of these encounters, especially at these levels, is just so rough.
Yes, but they both found metal slimes and are going to use their fire magic to take them down and get some levels. And Shanigan's found his way into Waterfall, which, you know, isn't proc gen, but sometimes with horizontal flip, that can be worse. And Phoenix finds Elfland itself.
Oh, we got some mildly expensive gold bracelets.
Yep, and I like this. Phoenix is picking up lock too, because sometimes the fiends can get a little evasive, as Sir Link-a-Lot also finds his way into Elfland.
Yeah, and where you're locked out of fast, instead of making your black belts hit more times, removing their... making it so that they hit more of the times they should have is the next best thing you can get, I guess.
Yep. Well, the good news is Wall and Life 2 are learnable by the Red Mage at level 3. The bad news is Exit is not, although with Save on Game Over, you may not care as much.
Yeah, that save on Game Over is definitely going to be a crucial part of everyone's routing.
Yep. And there's a canal and herb in Waterfall and
the slab earlier, so 3 items.
Or 4, because the Axial is there as well.
Oh my!
And the robot has a nice shiny opal shield that no one can use.
Yeah.
It's one thing I've seen in the previous 2 races is that the key items tend to be stacked together like that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot in this tournament with this flag set and how it's going. We end up getting a lot of clustered together ones, which you expect to see in Sky, given the fact that it has the most chests. But it's nice when you just get a single row of one room of chests here in Waterfall and find all the good things.
Yep. Meanwhile, Wyverns had Toxic. That's not too pleasant. I've seen Pro Rings or not. You know, since Sir Link-a-Lot has his chime, he's going to go ahead and check out the Mirage location. Which is just Marsh Top from the looks of it. Right, some nice shiny Opal Plus 4 armor that, boy, the fighters had legendary swords and were finding all this great knight armor. Pity they weren't invited to come along.
Yeah, I bet the runners are really wishing that we'd have gotten at least one of them, but no, that's apparently just not allowed in this part of the tournament.
The Q block is leading to TFC floor.
But we are keyless and have no thief for lockpicking.
Papa Duke's cleaning out Sky 2. Finds the katana that no one can use, but that anyone can sell.
Yeah, that is some great vendor fodder, so there is that, but probably not here in Lupa Lupaville.
Alright, Shanigan's heading into Earth, so he's going to hopefully find his floater pretty soon.
And one of the flags that is not on, we do not have the Superstore on, which makes finding that place without the slab really just useless.
Alright, meanwhile, Sir Likalot's found something called a canoe, which I don't recall seeing any of those yesterday.
It has been a while since we've actually had a scene with a canoe found in it. Yay!
That's not quite vanilla TFC, it's like TFC North, I think that's called.
Yeah, that would be the TFC North, is where we found that at. Too bad it's not in TFC itself, because we don't have the chest, and that would be extra trolly.
Although the rod on Earth 3, that's been delightful.
Oh,
he's probably... Yeah. He's going to find that and the floater in there. He's going to really wish he'd come here earlier.
Here's one of the problems with progression as open as this flag set has. You can really go anywhere, but that means so can your opponents, and it makes routing decisions very hard. Normally you can just kind of follow where the seed is taking you, it feels like sometimes. But I feel like with this tournament's flag sets, you're just kind of having to choose at random in the beginning and hope it works out, which, I don't know, can get a little better.
Shanigan picks up this chime. Meanwhile, Phoenix found the key in CC's Gambit on Sky 3. And a Rouge Staff in the 6-pack.
Oh, that will be wonderfully useful. And some dragon armor, again, for our not fighters.
Yep.
Everyone can look at it.
Gotten past the roadblock that is the vampire. As opposed to the speed bump, it's a very large roadblock-shaped speed bump. But we're actually going to see what's past the vampire now.
This could be... Alright, we got a little volcano.
Yep. And we found Northwest Castle, and there is the crown. I didn't see what Astos had.
Let's see. I'm guessing it. Chad is saying gold, he's got nothing.
Yep, so Django probably note that and just never return, so that vampire is a big roadblock, but it actually doesn't lead to anything unless perhaps there is something in the key locks.
So yeah, we do have a chance of picking things up right behind it, but I don't believe Shanigan doesn't have the key, but when Phoenix and Link get there, they'll be able to check it out.
Yeah, because now there are 3 chests, but there are the 2 trap tiles in there.
Yeah, and that could definitely play out to somebody's advantage if they're able to check that out. Because going back in there for those checks after you found the key, I'll have to see if anyone gets back around to it.
Yep, meanwhile, both Phoenix and Sir Licola are taking these red hydras, which are great experience. I mean, they have frost, but that's not too bad. Actually, Phoenix decided to bail on the red hydras, which I can understand that as well.
And looking at it, they are in the right room, and having no need for it, they could just throw that Vorpal right out of that window there, and I would not be sad.
I mean, I would, but I would understand it. All right, Phoenix finding some more Cardia chests, which, though I think there was one thing in Bahamut's hoard, but yeah, it wasn't any of these link chests. Yeah, there was the loot there, but so. But still, the real important thing is they got the key out of Sky 3 there. Oh, and Phoenix, good memories. Like, I have the key now. I'm going to check out TFC.
Yeah, definitely.
And finds nothing, but...
Oh, just a cheese knife.
And again is into Sky 1. Meanwhile, Papa Dukes is about to get the great news about Waterfall.
Yeah, he's about to load up on key items while Chanigan is finding out that Sky 1, not so wonderful. It's got ship, but he really needs to find if he can grab... Let's see. Chanigan is really just missing the key and cube. I think so far, amongst everyone, looking at the trackers here, we've really found everything we need for go mode amongst all the runners, so it'll be interesting to see who puts all the pieces together first.
Indeed it will, and shoutouts to our tracker, Ailmark and Socket, and Pickles and Beer, because this is not easy to track.
No, I do not understand how our trackers do it. I am just very appreciative that they do.
Janigan picks up his cube, and his adamant, of course. We haven't seen dwarves yet, so
No,
be
we're
hilarious.
ready.
Yeah, it would be hilarious in entrance and floor shuffle with everything randomized like this. If we somehow had lazy dwarves anyway. I mean, it is possible.
It is. Gotta love the dwarves. Oh. Chanigan's grabbing his lock too. While Phoenix is getting in the sky.
Yep, Chanigan's loading up on his level 3 magic, and he's going to be very happy to see that. He's going to be pretty happy to see bracket level 4 as well.
I believe we have found life. We found life 2 there, but I do not recall. We haven't seen life 1 yet. The importance of that being life 1 can be in this flag set can be cast in battle.
Yes, I do not believe we have seen life 1 yet. Papa Duke's finding Bahamut. He's going to go raid treasure there and find no tail.
Oh, but he does get himself a nifty loot.
Yep, of course, that's one of the 2 items you absolutely need to get through Topher. The other being the key. In fact, 2 runners have the loot, and the other 2 have the keys, so... Between everyone, they have both, but no runner has everything yet.
Alright. Now I think they're just trying to find... I think all of them are trying to figure out... Essentially, you're right, what the other what the other ones already know. It's now just going to be each side doing what the checks that the others have done. And I think everyone has been, so far except Janigan, has still been avoiding that vampire.
Yes, I mean, Janigan came in a little higher level and didn't know about that nuke, but he had one red mage survive, and you only need one.
Yeah, I think Janigan is on the floor to get himself the key. And I do believe that puts Janigan in go.
Yes, it does. Meanwhile, Phoenix has made a very big discovery. He might be eyeing his grind here.
Ooh.
And actually, Sir Lincoln, was that a random encounter? Or has he found an Agama tile? That was a random encounter.
Yep, I think that was random.
Not so random nuke out of the vampire, but Papa Dukes manages to get through. He's going to find pretty much nothing. Interesting that key is behind the cube lock, so we know cube is required.
Yeah, the cube has definitely been required for that key. As we were saying earlier, it is one of the two items we definitively need. And there is the key for Janigan.
Yep, and he also has the ruby now, so he has everything. Of course, I mean, odds are we might not care what the Titan has, but you never know. And Pickles and Beer in chat says, if Vamp encounter gets the Shadow Ambush, Topher might be beautiful. Yep, for some definitions of beautiful, although I think I probably have a similar definition. I will be honest.
I think the vampires are, so far in this seed, my favorite enemy encounter we can run into. I am looking forward to them very much.
I think everyone's seen the vampire, so we'll see if people try to pick up too many chests whenever they find Mirage 1, Mirage 2. But that eye is actually on the Agama tile. That's interesting. One good grind for another.
Oh, very nice. And though I do think, especially with Janigan being able to pick up in 26 minutes and change every key item, I mean, given this party, you get a little sustainability on those mages, and that's all you're really looking for. So I think they start being able to orphan a lot of these chest checks.
Yes, since he has everything and he doesn't need, weapons per se. I think we see gold bracelets for sale. Or maybe it was in a chest, but
No, we did see, yeah, they were around 18k a piece. They were gold and they rolled up to +2, so.
Yep, that's pretty good armor for a red mage right there. But Janigan has his ship, has his canal, has his floater. He's going to go around to the Luffy dock and he is going to be in the air.
Yeah, you said the only thing he is missing is the canoe, and with our current flag set in the Luffy dock, you just don't need it, really, for anything.
Unless something is like in the waterfall or a deals location, that is true, we don't. But we know where the canoe is this seed. It's where people aren't going to look most of the time.
Yeah, it's there. Good luck. Two people have stumbled upon it, but I just don't know if Janigan or Papa Good's gonna find it for a while, if at all, in this seed, if it's required. I think it being required might be one of the only ways they really go hunt for it, that's for sure.
Meanwhile, Sir Linkalot is in Mermaids, and will he carbonate bubbles is the question. First he's checking out the 3 chests where the incentive is in vanilla. And not much unless you want to confuse Carrie. Phoenix is also in Mermaids. Which I remember, I believe on an opal bracelet. That is a nice find for those red mages, or even for the black belt, since we might not get very high level on them.
And three of our racers, we do have a little carbonation though, and three of our racers have the tail so far, but no one has promoted. I wonder if any of them are going to take their time to go kick up their red mages to red wizards with Bahamut.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, we get Fade in Invis 2 if we do that. So that's pretty big there. Of course, but black belts also only get 1 MDef per level after promotion.
Well, it only seems fitting that they get 1 MDef. The black belt needed some kind of handicap, didn't we?
It does actually make for some interesting decisions, especially when you have a party comp like this for someone who really gains after promotion versus someone who, doesn't. But I've seen promotion in the previous races because, if you have ribbons and they have wall, it's like, that'll give you, equivalent of some MDef there. And really, you're not going to like 42 probably, because if you take one person to 42, you're taking everyone to 42.
With Dead's getting XP, the 42 grind, that is a serious time commitment.
I believe we did see 32 black belts yesterday, and Chanigan, what are you doing? If you, Danny characters will help with menuing, but no one will gain experience any faster.
Yeah, and the seconds you're saving from those menus, I don't.
Yep. Meanwhile, hi, Lich. See how long Lich hangs around. Lich.
Oh, goodbye, Lich. We miss you. Oh, Chanigan's getting his eye grind on.
Papa Dukes and Elfland grabbing wall. And life 2. Sadly, lamp is white locked. Oh, no curing darkness, let's see.
Improved lamp is also on, so it also cures paralysis, which really actually can make it a very nice spell.
It does. And I don't recall if we've seen Cure 4. That's the other spell that does that.
I don't believe we have seen Cure 4 yet.
But we have seen Kraken as Sir Linkalot's found him. Tried to take these waters, which are pretty good experience on the way. Jenkins going through all this effort to damn these characters, and he's going to. I'm just waiting to see his red mages gain a level.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Lich. We have another Lich fight. Maybe this time Lich will do better.
Set RNG begs to differ.
True.
But I think Phoenix might be slightly lower level, and which lasted a little longer. Well, Sir Linkalot not going with the Brax, he's going with evasion and Lock strats against Kraken. At least he's not starting with the Brack strats. Now he's throwing them out. I like this.
I do too. Get a little. Oh, and there we go.
Yep.
Well, we can go any further. There we go. We have a Bracked Kraken and 2 orbs lit for Link-a-Lot, but Link-a-Lot is missing that loot, which it's going to depend on when he gets around to getting down to the Elfland to find that.
Papa Dukes is now at the Q block, so he is going to head in there and pick up his key and maybe his connect. You see a big difference. Normally, Janigan might be getting about 10,000 per, but instead he's only getting 2,400 because it's being split against 4 people still.
Yeah, which makes me wonder where you are. I mean, he's got the key and loot, but he has not found the fiends yet. How high do you go? How much time do you spend on this? Because every time he's taken one of these fights, his opponents are getting closer and closer to all 4 orbs and that loot and key.
Now, Shumbabi in chat's point is about 7 seconds per battle. I mean, I would consider, just seeing what I did yesterday, going to 32 because you have 232 black belts. You're in pretty good shape, and that also gets some durability on those red mages.
Yeah, I think 32 is a really good cutoff point to make yourself with, like you were saying, with 2 black belts, you've got plenty of punch power. And we did see that in Earth 1, we do have Masa.
I did not see what that rolled. I do see that Papa Deuce got his canoe, though. Now, Phoenix is doing the raid of the waterfall and getting everything in there. That's issue. Some things like the Oxyel and the bottle probably aren't, or almost certainly aren't required because Chanigan has go mode and he hasn't needed the Oxyel that I've seen.
No, I do not. I don't believe anybody has found Gaia yet. So the fairy is just a whole lot of nothing. And Papa Dux is in the right location to get himself the key, and that should probably open up.
Yep, and point was made in chat. We could have a fiend such as Carrier Tia behind Onrak, which is quite true. Shanigan raiding the greed chest in Sky 3 and finds the white shirt, which no one can use that, but anyone can cast Invis 2 with it.
So yeah, free Invis 2 is always a wonderful thing. Yeah.
And Phoenix is going to promote. I like this play. We're not getting the really high M-defs of the really high levels, so, promote and put a ribbon on them. Or use the wall spell.
Yeah, I really like that play. I think it has a lot of merit to just go for the promotion, try to get the spells, and hope that the M-def. Who needs M-def anyway, right?
I mean, worst thing that could happen is, slow 2 could land, and we know we're locked out of fast. That's why we have 2 black belts. We have backup in case slow 2 lands on one.
Exactly.
Papa Duke's raiding Sky 3, getting his Ruby as his latest goodie.
I saw Phoenix just nope right out of Corneria that he found hidden inside what should be swamp. I think he is just looking for anything that is dungeony with the ability to go down. I think he is just purely on I need orb mode and go.
Yep. Meanwhile, Shenanigan slows up to go over a speed bump. Bye, Lich. Didn't even get a chance to say hi.
Oh,
Sir Linkalot has found Sarda, who had something he considered keeping, might look at Pro Ring or something, and nothing key, but there, and not looking around. Mirage 1, he knows about those vampires. Meanwhile, Shenanigan has promoted. Oh, Pro K +3, thank you, Rojo. Pro something. And that's actually pretty good armor for the red mages. I think the black belt's the only one who can't use a Pro Cape, in fact.
yeah, those red mages will benefit a lot from having some of that gear. They really have the ability to get those red mages quite well geared out in this seed.
Yep, meanwhile, Phoenix is checking out Earth 1, and he finds a blue D in the Hall of Giants. Which can be a good grind, but can also be a pretty dangerous grind. And Cobras, nah, those aren't good or dangerous.
Yeah, no, definitely worth skipping over those.
Alright, meanwhile, Sir Linkalot has found Melmond, which means if he had this lab, he could translate it. But
Shenanigan's going to get a chance to use that Oxy Ale, and it takes us to dwarves. Wah, wah.
he has the adamant, he didn't check that. Of course, he doesn't need to. I mean, what's likely to be? It's about to find that...
I don't know, though, where he is missing Canoe.
Yeah, which...
Again,
if there is a Fiend in the Waterfall location or the Ordeals location, that could be a problem.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you're missing Canoe, and you have, and you're still 3 orbs down. Oh, speaking of orbs, here we go with Carrie.
Yep. We have Carrie at Cardia Forest.
And I think Sir Linkalot just found himself a pretty little ribbon.
Well, Sir Linkalot finds that Titans just goes from Earth to Melmont.
Oh, there goes Carrie. Turns out black belt go burr, and we're done.
Yep, he just needs to find Kraken and Tia. Which I've forgotten which location Kraken was in.
I don't remember where. I remember the Kraken fight ever so briefly, but I do not recall where we found him. If anyone in chat knows, please remind us. I would appreciate it.
Shenanigan braving his way through Mirage 2 and managed to get through, and there's Tia. Alright, I believe Warmech is vanilla, so get your robots out and chat.
Come on, Warmech. That does mean Shenanigan's gamble on not needing the canoe is going to pay off. And how lucky.
Yes. Going punch, punch, brack, brack. It's already, when Black Belt's knocked a few Tia's teeth off, and Tia says, hold it, and the red mage says, I don't want to. So I already got about 500 damage down, about halfway to her vanilla HP. And I love this double strats with the melee, brack, brack. And Tia just loves her hold spell. It manages to hold one of the black belts. And it gets broken into pieces.
Oh. Goodbye, Tia. We'll see you 2,000 years in the past.
Yep, Sir Lancelot's picking up the crown that we know isn't needed. And he's just going to save down in the Fiend and exit out. Now Phoenix has found Kraken, and he's going to go see about bracking or punching or wants to do. And Shenanigan's found Provoca. And there's Cure 4.
Oh, getting Cure 4 on the level 2 slot, that is fantastic. And
yep, Lightning 3 as well. It's very solid. Meanwhile, Phoenix, Kraken's taking down a Master, but then gets bracked into pieces.
Lots of easy bracks landing tonight. Love to see it. Always feels so rewarding when you get to see one of the Fiends just get nuked out of existence so quickly.
Oh yes, and Shenigan understandably not even bothering with Pique. Not going to have anything. I mean,
Nope, we're going to leave the pilots alone. They can have Provoca. That's okay.
Right, Phoenix is now on rack. So we know seen all the Fiends, so we know there's no Fiend behind here, but yep, it's just dwarves. That's right.
Dwarves are hiding underneath the Oxy Ale.
It was like Neric's not getting his anima. He's probably just going to give us like 52 golden response. So
yeah, dwarves don't have much of anything useful tonight. But I know that Sir Lancelot found him. I saw him pick up a ribbon. I don't think I've seen anyone else pick any ribbons up tonight either, though.
Shenigan's found Sharknado floor. Well, Phoenix has found Carrie. He's realized which way Carrie is because it is a flipped floor.
Ah, see that flag? It gets you every time.
It does. Even on the floors where you have to, where you can tell, you have to take a second to look. Meanwhile, Papa Dukes has found the mermaid, so will we see some carbonation? Well, Phoenix trying for the cheeky 3 and 256 rack on Carrie. Carrie replies with ink, manages to dark one of the black belts. And the Prince of Elfa, he's actually pretty generous with like 12,000 gold, but that was an item that Shenigan needed, and he resets out.
Yeah, I can see at this stage, I think gold is just kind of not on your list of important things. Plus, you found the katana, the vorpal, dragon armor, opal shield. You've found so much vendor fodder at this point with this party.
Yes, you have. Shenigan finds Titan is like, he is not going to find out, or he already knows that it's just the warp to Melmond. I miss whether Papa Duke's carbonated bubbles or not.
I didn't catch it either. I've been watching Sir Lancelot getting all of his wonderful goodies down there, and
Papa Dukes is actually in go mode, but he doesn't know that because we know the chime doesn't lead to anywhere, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah, and again, that's another one that's just... It's a scary gamble to leave that one out there.
It definitely is. Meanwhile, Shenigan has found Kraken, and he is homing in on getting his 4th orblet.
He is, and we found Ordeals super early, so...
Right, meanwhile, Phoenix about to light his fourth orb. Well, he's on the Bridge of Destiny. Presumably he's going to. Looks like he's on the same encounter table that Shanigan was, so I don't think we're going to see a Warmac.
Not unless he's farming for it. I don't think he will. Alright, Shanigan is taking on the squid himself.
Right, big hit from that black belt. He's actually got some pretty decent levels on there.
Yeah, I don't think much is going to stand in his way, while Phoenix is doing the same strats Shanigan used of punch, punch, brack, brack.
Yep, those strats are very effective. Meanwhile, Sir Linkalot getting by that dangerous vampire. Going to be a little disappointed, or perhaps even very disappointed, when he really sees nothing past it.
Yeah, so far I think the vampire has been meaner than the fiends.
Yes, he has. Meanwhile, Shanigan, our first runner into Topher at 51 minutes, 17 seconds.
Phoenix is right hot on his heels, though, having just lit up his fourth orb and carrying a loot and a key.
Right, and Sir Linkalot's going to check those chests and those trap tiles in, Astos' castle. It's hard to call it Northwest Castle when it's not there. All right, Shanigan validating the seed.
Love to see that.
Right, Phoenix is picking up some spells. I think Fade and Invis 2 prior to the Topher dive. That's showing some. I think there. Wow, Papa Duke's slowing up, heading over to a speed bump. I'm rolling over it.
Goodbye, Lich. We knew you well.
All right. And Sir Linkalot up to carry one, while Phoenix enters Topher at about the 52:35 mark. And Shanigan about to pull up the speed bump too. See how long this speed bump hangs around.
And Phoenix is taking the Chimera Gym Mara fights, and I like that. Gym Maras, they are a little silly, but man, are they juicy XP.
Yep, and I didn't give Narek Duke credit. He actually gave like 1,400 gold. I think Papa Dukes is really looking for the Dwarven Armory, but he's going to check to see what the incentive dwarves have in the meantime.
So far, the armories, pocket change, a cabin.
Yeah. And the heal helmet. So you have heal 3 level 1.
Shanigan, however, carry 2 fight coming up here in just a second.
Right. Phoenix looks like he's doing a Topher grind, and he's found metal slimes.
He has metal slimes, and the Chimeras are going down pretty easily, pretty safely, so he's only in the low 20s in level. I understand respecting the lower fiends like that. Oh, nuclear, carry.
Case in point, he also found, wizard vamps and zombie dragons, so that nuclear is going to be coming out from carry against everyone, as is that Inferno.
Ooh.
Fortunately, a red wizard stays alive. Those punches are not doing a lot of damage.
No, carry is... looks like carry is extra defensive. Ooh, wall coming out. I like it. And just mean. Oh, but she goes down. Not too heavily armored, but not too thick.
Nope, of course. Now onto the seafloor is Papa Duke's now pulling up to Kraken, so he's suddenly, after having no orbs, is about to light a second.
Yeah,
everything goes well against Kraken.
Kind of the orb, but he did, I think, literally everything else. But like, he's finding, unfortunately, the 4 fiends last, so he'll be able to blaze through all 4 of them quite quickly. He just out of all the options before, like we were talking earlier, when you've got this flag set, you have so many choices that it can be actually a problem with your routing having too much freedom.
Yep, you can make a good guess and it can just be wrong. Meanwhile, Sir Lancelot doing the punch, punch, brack, brack. Tia, we knew she did let off with a hold, which missed. Some more punches. We're going to have some more bracks. And I believe this is the brack that lands. Yep. Love said RNG.
Yep, look at that. It's like you're a psychic and you knew. All right, we're going to have side-by-side Krakens going on. Kraken 2 on Chanigan and Kraken 1 on Papa Dukes. And both of them going with the exact same strat.
Yep, Chanigan getting evasion up because Kraken 2 will do Kraken 2 things.
And Phoenix is... I'm starting to feel Phoenix is taking this grind maybe a little too long.
I tend to agree because, you know, he's really spending a lot of time, and Sir Lancelot wasn't wanting to grind himself. He would actually be caught up. I didn't catch Sir Lancelot's levels there, though. I think I saw like 8 hits. Do we really need to be grinding further here?
Yeah, I think he should be going on. But I can also see where getting yourself in a seed with this much chaos in your flag set, having yourself in Toph at 55 minutes, you might think you're a little bit more ahead than you actually are.
Yeah, and also still used to, was that Red Wizard wielding a Vorpal? That's desperation, but I mean, Vector's in, you know, and I completely lost my train of thought. But Chanigan on Tier 2, just pivoting.
As soon as Chanigan gets in Tier 2, Lancelot gets into Toph as well. Topher as well.
I think Papa Deuce found third, and I remember what I was thinking before. I mean, the strats are usually black belts, you know, go to 32 or go to 42, but you know, with Dead's gaining experience, that changes things a lot.
Yeah, and because somebody so very comically gave us 2 black belts as our only melee, yeah, you really have to think about that Dead gets XP changing up your whole XP routing on a seed like this.
And the Shumbabi in chat points out that Link has that Masa, and that could come into play. It certainly could. Of course, now he's also taken the Topher grind. Now Chanigan's on Tier 2. Whoa, only 1 hit, but 4 hits, that's a little better.
Ooh, yeah, 4 hits, 170. Hope that cheeky brack comes out.
Yep, that'll be 18 and 256. Of course, if it does land, we'll know that if anyone else tries it, it will work as well. Nope, Tier 2 punch down, no brack needed.
No brack in Tier 2 today, and Chanigan is on to Chaos. All 4 party members up.
Yep,
Should be good.
I think we've seen 1 nuclear Inferno. I don't think we've seen anything else, so Chaos can have a lot of things. Damage poison, for example.
Hey, there we go. Thank you, Chaos, for not disappointing us this evening. While Phoenix... Oh, I swear. Sorry, Mirage in my eyes. I thought there was a Lich on the screen, but no, there wasn't. He's gone.
A Lich? All I see is a carry.
Yeah, it was my eyes playing tricks on me. I swear there was one, but nope, just carry.
Just carry with the nuclear we know she has.
Followed by Inferno, because she's extra mean. Chaos throwing out lit twos so far and we got some lock going with the lock strats. I really like that. Those black belts need all the assistance they can, because 4 hits, 129. That is going to take a minute to punch down Chaos.
Yep, it's critical. But said locks will get the better hits, and the more hits you get, the better chance of the crit. Of course, 5 hits per 76 with the crit. And ooh, that was like single-digit damage. So
yeah, so that was ugly.
Janigan sees that. It's like, I'm going to protect my Red Wizards. This could be a long fight.
Yeah, this is, even though you're packing 2 black belts, this is not, you're definitely far away from One Punch Man status. And unfortunately, Phoenix is down to just a black belt. Both of his wizards are down for the Kraken fight.
Yep. Ooh, and the Lightning 2, evade doesn't help there.
No. But he keeps his levels because that beautiful save on Game Over, so he should be able to power through a little bit better on the stats. Shanigan
probably makes a good point about the fixed RNG only work only for that particular turn. That is true. Where the Red Wizards now chipping away with Lightning 3, and Chaos decides to bring out the Nuclear. That takes one of the Red Wizards down.
Does. And the one I was really I'm afraid of on Chaos with the party's composition and strength has been, as long as we don't get a heal 4 out of him, I think this is possible.
Yes, of course, commentator cursing is a thing, and we already had Rojo doing the chat curse thing. Just being off the kind, Nuclear. Good job, Rojo. And this is a thick Chaos. And all the single-digit damage.
Yeah, that's just rough.
Never saw Life 1, and looking at the match distraction before the game, by the way, we won't. But get your GGs out of the chat for Chanigan, who is finished with an official race time .gg time of, I need to look that up real quick, 1 hour, 2 minutes, 26 seconds.
Congratulations.
We are joined in the booth by Chanigans. GG.
Hello, thank you.
So what did you think when you saw the party comp?
Classic Dark Moon. 2 times in a row. 2 days in a row. Yep. But not gonna lie, I was pretty happy with the 2 black belts. Only because I've done some practice with black belts. So I knew how to grind it and everything.
Yep, well, with all the, for entrance shuffle, oops, all loose, what was your strategy as far as routing went?
Find all key items and just run away. That's basically it. And yeah, who needs a canoe? But yeah, no, that was pretty decent. I would say.
You're actually the only runner who did not find the canoe, but you can be excused for not looking where it was. Do you want to know where it was?
Yeah, sure.
TFC North.
Of course. I would check that after checking the entrance, but I don't remember what I found. I think, what was it, that entrance? Can't remember. I found something and I just stopped looking.
Meanwhile, we do have Phoenix on carry 2, who had a heal 3 ready after that Nuclear. Because Inferno, and of course we have set RNG. And so we knew that was coming, and so did Phoenix. All right, Dano, do you have any questions?
So, Jenigan, I had noticed that you damned off a lot of your entire party prior to your grind, and we were all, there was a lot of confliction in chat. We were all just trying to figure out if it was time worth it, given the fact that deads get XP. And I was just curious. I mean, obviously, by the winner tag on your screen. It did in fact work out. And I just wonder what your thoughts on it was. Was it do you stand by it as a great idea, or do you wish you'd have stayed with your party up?
No, I'm pretty. I wanted to dan everyone other than one black belt, which I knew which slot dealt the most damage, only for time. Where I had 4 members, it's like almost 30 seconds per fight, where with only one party member is like 5 seconds. So that's the only reason why I took the extra minute just to dan everyone.
Yeah, chat timed it at 7. That's still a pretty good
Yeah.
gain there. You're literally getting like 4 times faster. Phoenix is about to pull up on Kraken 2, and Sir Linkalot is through Kraken 2 on the Tia 2. So we've got dueling fiends here.
We do, and Papa Dukes is taking the zombie degrind in Topher, and he is up to level 30 across the board.
Yeah, I would have taken this grind. If I would have wiped anytime I'm taking this grind to 32.
Meanwhile, Phoenix did find a turn where Brack will work on Kraken 2, and Brack's him into pieces, and now he's actually caught up with Sir Linkalot, both on Tia 2. So was there any one particular spell you were really looking for and hoping to have? Because I know a lot of nice ones were not available, like Fast and Temper.
Oh, sorry, can you repeat?
Was there any particular spell you were looking for when you saw, okay, got red mages, I really hope to find this to support the black belts?
Other than Fast Temper, maybe Nuke. Cure 4. Cure 4 was pretty big, I think. As well as Heal 3. But yeah, other than that, Wall. Thank God Wall was was level 3.
You found the white magic, just the black magic was all locked out. I mean, looking at the magic extractor, I could tell you was level 8.
Level 8 level 8 Nuke, so not too bad. Sad that Temper and Fast were both level 6. Unlearnable.
Yeah, that was a mean tease on the part of the seed.
I always can't remember which slot can learn black magic on red wizards. It's the only reason why I promoted.
Right. Meanwhile, Sir Linkalot on Chaos, he actually has 3 melee because he found a Masa and has it on one of his red wizards.
Well, that would have been nice.
Yeah, usually it's a little easier when you find a Masa. What'd you think about that Chaos? He was actually pretty absorbent and pretty chunky.
Yeah,
but he didn't do much offensively.
Yeah, thank God he didn't add anything other than nuclear. Very, very happy. And no Cure 4. Cure 4 would have been so bad.
Cure 4.
Yeah,
oh.
Like we were thinking, it's going to be really bad if Chaos does have Cure 4, but that would be like the worst thing at this point. Well, what do you think about that vampire?
Oh boy, nice vampire.
Yeah, I was genuinely sad that we didn't run into more of them throughout the floors that you couldn't find them. That one vampire.
I was pretty happy.
I bet.
Meanwhile, get your GGs out in chat for Sir Linkalot, who has finished with a racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 9 minutes, 30 seconds.
What the?
Right, meanwhile, we have Phoenix on Chaos. Papa Duke's not far behind. He's on the seafloor.
Yeah, I still stand by it. I think Terry 2 and the Vampire were the two scariest bosses, really, to come out of this seed.
Yeah,
I have to agree.
yeah. Other than that, only Chaos being Tick is the only thing that was scary.
Agreed, Mayo. We are joined in the booth by Sir Licolot. GG's! Sir Licolot?
Thank you.
Hey, GG, Sterling a lot.
GG's, Shanigan.
So, what did you think when you saw the party comp?
I was very happy with the party comp because I love my red mages, and I'm not shy about knowing how to do black belts. I was like, cool, this is my party. Like, I'm gonna play it kind of safe because I was just trying to keep my team in the running for game 4 to make sure that we had a chance, and it worked. So.
All right. Meanwhile, get your GG's out in chat for Phoenix, who finishes an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 10 minutes, 50 seconds.
Oh, everybody's just wrapping up on this seed right around the same time.
That's indeed. And we are also joined in the chat by Phoenix. GG, Phoenix.
GG's champion. GG's
Yeah,
Link.
thank you, GG's.
GG's, Phoenix.
All right. So, what did you think when you saw this party?
Well, I originally started to make some creative names to curse Darkmoon for rolling this seed, and then thought better of it. So that's why one guy was named you. You could probably imagine a few things that we're going to follow.
All right. So, this Shanigan asked both Sir Licolot and Phoenix, what were your strategies as far as routing goes, when especially we had opportunities to go either direction? What was your line of thinking? Because anything could be anywhere, both location and item wise.
I think checking. Yeah, it's either go to Mirage if you find an early chime, or just do the inner sea to get the most key items as soon as possible.
And meanwhile, I've got some interesting guesses in the chat as to what your names might have been for your characters. We also have Papa Dukes on Chaos, getting the lead-off damage poison. Ooh, going for the cheeky 3 and 256 Brack. Why not? It's actually getting some good hits there. So I think both of you actually did some Topher grinds as well. What was your thinking there, especially what level were you going to be comfortable with?
So for me, I was going to start the dive at 30, and I was just like, I'll just take encounters on the way down and hope I can get 32. My idea was I figured no fast, no temper. I didn't have power bonk. Like, I might need the extra couple hits and just power to get through something potentially. And like I said, I was trying to play safe. If I was trying to go a lot faster, like as soon as I got that 4th orb, I would have just dove right into Topher and be like, either I'm wiping and I'll keep the experience, or we make it through. But
that's pretty much what I did. I did a small grind against the eye in the Agama floor. Then as soon as I got the 4th orb, I just went into Topher.
Yeah, I think I would have been like 27 going into Topher. I think that was my level upon getting the 4th orb. So I felt like decently comfortable going in at that point, but I was just like, I've got no fast, I've got no temper, no power bonk. If anything is absorbent, this might not be good, especially if it's got nasty spells or skills or, Cure 4 or something like that. It's just like, I wanted to be safe.
Yeah, I was pretty low. I was down at about 25.
I think I was 28 when I entered Toph.
Yeah, I grinded for a bit on Toph 2, and then took a YOLO run to get a little bit of knowledge, and figuring that Shanigan couldn't be far from finishing, which was right. But let me figure out what Carrie was doing, so made it through the second time.
All right, meanwhile, get your GGs out in chat for Papa Dukes, who finishes an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, 50 seconds. All right, Dano, any questions for our runners while we wait, including Papa Dukes? GG, Papa Dukes.
GG, Papa Dukes.
Thank you. I went against my whole game plan and it killed me.
What did you think when you saw this party comp?
I didn't mind it too much.
No, not gonna lie, black belts with these flags isn't too bad, only because of the double hit, the double crit.
Well, these seeds have certainly been liking their black belts. There's been at least one black belt in every seed.
Oh, there was one, yeah, Sunday.
Yep, there's one on
Oh.
Sunday, 2 yesterday.
Mhm.
The Dark Moon rolled that seed. Probably, I
Rolled on
guess.
Sunday, but I
He
know
rolled
Dark Moon
rolled
rolled
last night's
yesterday.
seed, so
Yeah, so I guess the question is, how much do we want Dark Moon to roll all the seeds to get all the black belts for the rest of the tournament?
I think it's
No, I'm
only
fine
fair
with
to
that.
all the runners that Dark Moon roll all the seeds, so they all get the equal experience. Then we have Danny roll them in the finals. All right, so Papa Dukes, what was your line of thinking as far as strategies for anything can be anywhere? Where do I go right off?
Before the race even started, I decided I was going to go the Matoya, Provoca to Lefane and up to Gaia route. But by the time I got to Lefane and I ran into the Q block, didn't have the chime. Like, it's not worth it to walk all the way up to Gaia. Let me go back around where there's more locations to check. And it turned out that everything I needed was in Gaia. The cube was there, the canoe was there, the ship was there. So yeah, going against my original game plan definitely hurt.
All right, so it's asked Shanigan this question. What support magic were you looking for your Red Wizards? And were you disappointed when you couldn't find it or realized it was locked? I don't know how many saw Fast and Temper that were not Red Wizard Learner Bolt level 6.
I mean, I guess as far as me, as soon as I saw Fast and Temper were both locked out, even after promotion, I was just like, all right, I don't care about magic anymore. I have lock, I have wall. I know Invis 2 was learnable. That might have been the only thing I actually went and promoted for was to grab Invis 2. But when I got the white shirt, I was just like, I don't need Invis 2 to promote. Like Fade would be nice, but I'm not gonna go waste the time. So my black belts are gonna do the damage, and the red mages are gonna support the best they can.
Yeah, level 6 was crazy. Fast, Temper, Fate, Cure 4. Something else was there too that was good. I don't even remember.
Invis 2 was there. I believe Cure 4 was level 2, actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's
So
right,
you
because I
had-
did have Cure 4.
Yeah, for level 6, you had Fade, Invis 2, Fire 3, Temper, Fast, and Cake if you really wanted to be cheeky.
I didn't even find Provoca, so I couldn't even have.
Yeah, me neither.
I did everything on the South Continent, then I went north. I'm like, all right, all I'm doing is looking for fiends. Like, if boxes are on the way, I'll check them. In the first 2 places I checked had my fiends. I'm like, all right, well, don't care where Provoke is. I'm not going to go searching for level 2 magic. I've got enough to get me through.
All right,
It's only because I
Go ahead.
stumbled upon it that I took that magic. I wasn't looking. I was looking for Kraken at that time.
All right, so what were your thoughts on this flag set overall, and this seed in particular?
Flag set is fun. Really love the Oops All Loose shuffle, floor entrance shuffle. This is my, I think, my bread and butter. I just like those kind of flags.
All right. Dano, what questions do you have for our runners?
So, after looking at you guys, really, I mean, really tight ending times between everybody, and I mean, just a hair over 1 hour to finish an Oops All Loose with deep diving, everything's random seed is pretty crazy. You guys thinking that as we keep going on through the semifinals to the finals, you're gonna stay with the same kind of strategies for how you played it tonight, or did tonight make you think you're gonna change it up a lot?
Speed and power is all I know.
Yeah, and the relay is a whole different beast. There's strategies depending on which spot in the order you are. So we'll talk about that if ADR comes out and does well on Saturday.
Right. No one saw Warbeck on the Bridge of Destiny. If you'd seen it, would you have taken it?
100%.
No
I
fast, no
would.
temper. No, I would have been there forever.
It's worth. Bridge of
Two
Destiny
black belts, I
wasn't
probably would've.
too deep.
Yeah, with Bridge of Destiny not being as deep, if I would have seen it, I would have taken it because that's a good chunk of experience right there. And you know, I had 2 high level or high 20s black belts already. Like that would have given me the probably almost 30. I would have probably just dove into Topher at that point and tried to risk it, but no more, Mick.
Right, Dano, any other questions for our runners?
I think that's all the ones I had for them. How about you?
I think I have asked all the questions that I can think of off the hand. And so maybe we should start heading on to final thoughts. Janigan, winner on stream, what are your final thoughts on this seed?
Well, first I want to say thank you guys for jumping in, for tracking, commentating, restreaming. Always fun to have a full crew for those tournaments. Other than that, that was a good seed overall. Not as trolly as last night for what I saw. But no, at least I remember the Ryukon Desert Dock. Didn't pull a Luffy.
The Luffy Dock. Yes.
Yeah, they now called Luffy Dock. But yeah, no, that was fun. That was fun. Again, GG guys with the run, and pretty hyped for final, because I think because I won this, we're guaranteed in finals. I think.
If you finish, you have to finish.
Yeah, we have to finish Saturday. So yeah, that's on Shumbabi's site now.
All right, Sir Linkalot, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was a good seed. It was fun to race. Definitely, like Chanigan said, I'm looking forward to seeing Saturday. It's going to be hype because that's almost any man for himself at that point. It's pretty much whoever wins that race gets the second spot in final. So it's going to be a hype match.
All righty. Phoenix, final thoughts.
Thanks for all the crew and the tournament committee, obviously. Fun seed. Always love entrance floor town shuffle, and with Oops All Loose too, it's just good chaotic fun. Not quite the result I wanted to tonight, but Saturday night, 1 point for separating second, third, and fourth. So ADR, over to you, buddy.
All righty, Papa Dukes, any final thoughts?
Sorry, my mic was muted. No, just thank you guys for stepping in to do the restream. Had a fun race. Good luck to everybody on Saturday for the final race. And that's pretty much it.
All righty, Dano, my co-coms, any final thoughts?
Oh, I was just so glad to be here tonight and see this amazing race. You guys just absolutely crushed it. That was really an impressive show of skill on what to do with 2 black belts and 2 red wizards like that. Extremely well done. Cannot say enough congratulations to all of you. And also a huge shout out and thank you to the people behind the scenes. Thank you guys so much for the restreaming and tracking that. I still am always blown away at the wizardry of tracking a crazy race like this and how you guys keep it straight. Thank you so much for everything you do. It makes awesome runs tonight possible. Thank you so much.
Alrighty, and as for what's tough, I'd like to thank our racers Shannigan, Phoenix, Sir Nikolai, and Papa Dukes. Give those guys a follow, and big shout outs to our 3 trackers, Ailmarkins, Socket, and Pickles and Beer, working behind the scenes. Our restreamer Lord Fizzlebeef, my co-coms Dano, of course, for RPGB Limit Break for hosting us. If you are interested in this randomizer, check out FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. You'll find links to our Discord. You'll find all sorts of information. You'll find people who, unlike me, know how to race this game. They'll teach you how to beat them. They'll teach you all sorts of fun strategies. You'll learn more than you ever knew about the game. And then so, big shout outs to everyone on the Discord as well. I am Classic Gamer 76. Wishing everyone a good evening. We'll see you all Saturday.